Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday. We've got a fun workout for you today with a lot of different pieces to it. First we're going to get warmed up, 45 seconds on, 15-second transition. If you're at the gym, guys, I want you to row, ski, or bike for calories. If you're at home and you don't have a cardio machine, then what I want you to do is reverse burpees. On the reverse burpees, I want you to think about maintaining this hollow body position as you go down and then on the way up as well. So what I mean by that is I'm going to start with the arms up overhead. I'm going to go back into my hollow, come up, jump and clap. So from the front here, I'm going to stay in that nice hollow body position, shoot my legs and hips up to the ceiling, and then jump and clap. So make sure that those hips come off the ground, legs are pointed straight up. Next, we're going to go to a plate overhead forward lunge. At the halfway point, I'm going to have you switch to reverse lunges. So the plate's going to be overhead like this, and then we're just going to alternate forward lunge. At the halfway point, you're going to go reverse lunge. If it's too challenging having the weight overhead, you can bring it into this front rack position or just perform unweighted. You can also use an ab mat to help protect your knees. Next, we're going to go to plate sit-ups. So you can have your ab mat out. You're going to butterfly the feet together, start sitting up nice and tall. You're going to grab the plate in front of the toes, go back, touch the plate behind your head, come up, touch in front of the toes. So the butterfly position, what we mean by that is the feet are going to be soles together, knees are going to be pushed out. I'm going to go back, touch the plate, and then come up, touch in front of the toes. Next, we're going to go plate thrusters. So for this, guys, I want you to set your feet in your squat stance. You're going to hold the plate just under your chin, kind of have the elbows tucked right underneath those wrists. We're going to go down, squat, ideally, elbows are between the knees. I'm going to stand and press. I'll bring the weight down, which will push me down to my squat, and then I'll press. Make sure that ears are covered by the biceps at the top. Be sure to move the head out of the way so you don't nick your chin as you're pressing the plate overhead. Next, we're going to go back to our cardio. Then we're going to go plate bent over row. So I'm going to grab my plate. I'm going to push my hips back into this hinge position. I'm going to row to the chest, hold here for a couple seconds, and then come back down. So I'm really thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together as I pause. Next, we're going to go plank to downward dog. And then I'll have you switch to some pike push-ups. So the plank to downward dog, you're just going to flow between these two movements. So plank, downward dog. So you're only spending maybe 1 to 2 seconds in each position. What we're trying to do is warm up the wrist for our handstand push-ups. One scaling option is our pike push-up. So for this, I'm going to use my ab mat to help protect the crown of my head. I'm going to set my hands up just at the end of the ab mat. My head's aiming for the center where the US flag is. I'm going to slightly externally rotate my hands. So if this is neutral, just slightly rotating them out to the side. Going into my downward dog position, I'm going to go forward and down, touch, and then press up. So from the side, I want you to notice that I'm going forward. I'm also keeping my elbows pushed straight back behind me. I'm not flaring them out to the sides. So rotate those hands, downward dog position, down and forward, push back, ears covered by the biceps. And then lastly, we're going to go back to our plate for our plate snatches. So for these guys, I'm going to push my knees out, butt back. I will flip the plate and press out as I come up overhead. I'm keeping the plate nice and close to my body the entire time. I'm not swinging it out in front of me. If you don't have a plate at home for all of these movements, you can just use a dumbbell or kettlebell, and I've gone over those in previous videos, but if you have questions, just shoot me a message. So guys, for our workouts today, there's 4. They're each 5 minutes. They're each climbing the ladder 2 reps at a time. You're going to have 2.5-minute rest transition between each. So the first one, you're going to do pull-ups and wall balls. For the pull-ups, we can scale these down to ring rows. We can scale them up to chest to bars or bar muscle ups. We could also substitute single dumbbell alternating or double dumbbell bent over rows. So what that's going to look like, if I've just got one weight, I'm going to just alternate one row and then the other hand. So that was 2 reps right there. If I'm using 2 dumbbells, I'll just grab both in one hand, or each hand, and then row. And that would be my 2 reps. For our wall balls, the RX is going to be 20 pounds at 10 feet for the guys, 14 pounds at 9 feet for the ladies. You can scale that up. RX Plus will be 30 pounds for the guys, 20 pounds for the ladies. We can also substitute here an alternating single dumbbell thruster. So for this, I'm going to get the weight into my front rack position. I'll then squat, press. I'll come down, transition to the other arm, squat, and press. If I have 2, then I'll just hold 1 in each hand. I'll squat, press. So that would be 1 rep. I'd do 1 more, and then I'd go back to my pull-ups or rows. So 2 of each movement, 4 of each movement, etc. After your 2.5 minute rest, we're going to go to WOD B. So for this one, guys, we've got alternating dumbbell snatches, 50 pounds for the guys, 35 pounds for the ladies is the RX. I've got an RX Plus of 60 and 40, and an RX Plus Plus of 70 pounds for the guys, 50 pounds for the ladies. We're going to pair this with our cows from one of our cardio machines or those reverse burpees. So for our alternating dumbbell snatch, on the snatch, guys, both heads need to touch the ground between each rep and at the start. So I've got the dumbbell here between my legs. I'm going to snatch out overhead, come back down. I can switch on the ground. I can switch overhead as well. Okay, but just make sure both heads are touching and that you're keeping that weight close to your body. So think about zipping your coat. That's how close I want you to keep the weight, not swinging it way out in front of you. That's just going to make it feel heavier. So again, 2 snatches, 2 calories or 2 reverse burpees, 4, 4, 6, 6, etc. 2.5 minute rest, then we've got WOD C. So this one is toes to bars paired with push-ups, handstand push-ups. For the toes to bar, you can scale those to knees to chest or knees to 90. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, you're going to do V-ups or knee-ins or weighted sit-ups. So guys, for our V-ups, we're in our hollow body position at the start and finish of each rep. And I'm coming up, and notice that I'm trying to close and be right over the center of my body when my hands and feet touch. So I'm not trying to come forward too much with my chest or just move my legs up. I'm trying to meet them in the center. To scale this, we can start in our hollow body and go to our knee ends. And then for the weighted sit-up, you could hold a plate, a dumbbell, kettlebell, or just go unweighted and do regular sit-ups. For our handstand push-ups, we can use the rings if we're at the gym and do ring push-ups at an incline, so you'll walk your feet forward. We could also substitute single alternating push press or double dumbbell push press. So on the single alternating, what that means is you're going to have 1 dumbbell. We're going to dip and drive, and then I'll switch over to the other arm, dip, drive. If I've got 2, 1 in each hand, dip, and then press out overhead. So remember, ears are covered by the biceps. We don't want to press out here or arch our back and be here. Okay, so just straight up. Lastly, after our 2.5 minute rest, we're going to go alternating overhead dumbbell lunges, same weights as previously, and then either those cows or reverse burpees. So on our alternating overhead dumbbell lunge, we're going to press the weight out overhead, and then we can go forwards. That would be 1 rep. Alternate, that's 2 reps, or you can go in reverse. If you need to modify, you can have the weight in this front rack position. You could have it what we call a suitcase position at your side, or just go unweighted. And then again, the calories, the same machine that you've been using, or those reverse burpees, 2 of each, 4 of each, etc. The one other thing I wanted to mention on our handstand push-ups, those of you so inclined, RX Plus will be deficit using parallettes. You will get a little bit of assistance. You'll be at 10 inches and 6 inches. So you'll have guys 2 ab mats, ladies 1 ab mat. And then for our RX, the whole distance of the parallel, so 14 inches for the guys, and then ladies, you'll still get 8 inches for your deficit. So that'll be our RX++ for those. Guys, I know there's a lot going on here. Basically, a lot of options to really customize the workout to meet you where you are and help you improve your fitness. So that's why I offer a lot of options to scale up as well as scale down, or even substitute if you don't have access to the same equipment. If you have any questions about today, please don't hesitate to let me know. As always, guys, move well, good luck, and have fun.